What a night in prospect. Will the Hawk swoop, or will Judd be the one to trump Hawkins? Only one thing guaranteed, we will have a left-hander in the final.
Players in great form this season and already in this tournament. Great crowd, great reception. It's all the ingredients of a wonderful feast of snooker. Couldn't agree more with the boys in the studio. Alan and Stephen, it's going to be a close contest. There's won 3 tournaments already. Barry got that European Masters under his belt very early in the season.
The other thing that points to thrills is that 7 of their previous matches have gone the distance.
Yeah, and you would expect it to go pretty close again tonight. Tried to, but just missed the red just above the black. Yeah, chance for Barry Hawkins. Because the fact that that green has been knocked pretty close to the brown. Yeah, pretty good. Okay.
Wow, no miss. Barry Hawkins.
Mindful not to catch that red too thick. The first mistake here could be very expensive. All of the reds now opened up.
Put the cue ball over the left-hand side of the table. Makes it a bit more awkward. Trying to swing that cue ball back towards that yellow here of 4 cushions maybe. He's brought the black into play. Red's gone close to this left corner pocket though. Just try and clip this red in. Ooh, too much of it. He's got away with it. Got a result there. Yeah, beautiful touch
On the table.
Yeah, good hit. He's also playing a guy that's usual. We haven't had a ball potted just yet. And we're almost 8 minutes in.
That was a thin edge when nothing else would do.
Can't find a part back, so he's going to try and nestle on this red. It's on his top cushion. And once again, wonderful touch.
Reminiscent of the first ever shootout when Steve Davis and Peter Ebden played for about 5 minutes without potting a ball there, and someone in the crowd shouted, "This has got 0-0 written all over it." Hope the scoreboard hasn't gone into sleep mode. They might have to reboot it.
Oh, that's a wonderful shot. That was played. That was intentional, and that was an excellent safety shot from Barry Hawkins. Well. Oh, cue ball back to balk. But he has left this red, and that's the one he was concerned with. Just have to watch the cue ball here. Not guaranteed to get out for the pink here. Bit of traffic around that corner pocket. Oh, but he'll settle for that. That was a lovely little kiss on the black. He doesn't like the black, so pink it is, but
9.
Not high enough down the table. So here goes. He's going to try and screw the red back into ball, but reds could go anywhere here. Well, yeah. They could go anywhere. Certainly gone nicely for him. He's fluked one.
16.
No semblance of guilt. There's no place for it.
$21.
Now we say you do need a little bit of luck, no matter how good or talented you are, and it does make a difference.
24.
People say, well, normally it evens itself out. Well, it might do over a very long session, but yeah, no problem.
$8.
I'm potting this ready. Could get on the black into the opposite corner, or be on the pink into the left centre.
50.
You may see Barry
22.
over the course of the next couple of shots. He will have a couple of glances at the scoreboard. People will always ask, how many shots are the snooker players?
23.
Be up to 6 shots. Because he'd be contemplating that red that's close to the blue, near the left middle. He's going to need that to win the frame.
30.
And there you see him. He'll have a little glance at the score.
29.
Yes, because getting to it obstructed
38.
by the blue,
37.
and these guys don't like to leave themselves double or doubles if they can possibly avoid it.
Trying to dispatch these two reds and colours.
46.
Good shot. Now, this is where the hard work begins. The double it is. To me, though, I'm not quite sure whether that double is on. So just a safety shot.
Barry Hawkins.
Has he got the
60.
cover? No, he doesn't. No, he's gone the other way. Cue ball behind pink and black. Red in bulk. Oh, he's made a pretty good fist of it. Good shot. Very good.
Foul. And a miss.
Well, that could be very costly.
shot.
That's a free ball as well. And he could be on the blue here.
Free ball.
Now, let's see the angle.
Six.
And now Barry Hawkins has got that sinking feeling, much like Murphy on a couple of massive occasions.
This made his job a little bit easier.
12.
But the cue ball is going to travel a bit of distance here. Just miss it, and he could be on the brown. He's played that absolutely perfect. Great
15.
shot.
Stretching.
Judd Trump. 50.
He lost his timing.
Well, you could see Barry's face as Judd Trump missed that brown into that pocket. He couldn't believe it. We couldn't believe it here either. He hasn't missed many. Oh, he's recovered. Another excellent shot from Trump. Yeah, great escape. Very interesting indeed. Not a good shot there. Just nudging that black away from the top cushion into play.
Only the first frame of a possible 11. But already it's taken on important implications. Could set the tone, this frame.
Yeah, just that little flick on the pink. Wanted to avoid that pink. It would have been pretty good with that flick. Yeah. Cue ball naturally going towards the blue. And that's okay. Okay, the cue ball has to travel in and out of balk, but
9.
as long as he doesn't finish straight on the pink, he's okay. Could prove very fruitful indeed. Ooh, ooh.
15.
That was pretty close, Phil.
Calm down, Ken.
22.
Judd Trump
First frame.
in the pink. Just about. Again, he's been found guilty of stealing a frame, but it's Hawkins who's been punished.
Pistol like cue action, dead straight as a gun barrel, and had to be. And that was such a tough shot into these middle pockets, which are probably the tightest pockets on the table.
Set.
He's screwing down, trying to get on one of these reds into this right corner. Once again. Oh, we tried, just didn't get into the cue ball enough.
11.
Yeah, he's been on a great run, hasn't he? I mean, what was it, 21, 22 matches unbeaten, Phil? Came to an end out in China. Stephen Maguire ended that wonderful run, 3 tournaments in a row. And even though when he came into the studio last night, he said he didn't feel that great, that confident against Sean Murphy.
Well, to put Trump's achievement into perspective, he's one of only 5 players to win 3 world ranking titles in a row. You almost became the 6th, Ken, all those years ago at the Scottish Open, losing in the final to Peter Ebdon.
Thanks for reminding me, Phil. We saw evidence of that in the first frame. Nothing there, so just a safety shot here. Yeah, pretty good.
Foul. Limits. Hawkins.
Much like a similar foul from Trump in the first frame, he knew it had to be catching the red by a whisker.
This cue ball needs to travel, otherwise he'd be leaving this red. One of the very few times that Barry Hawkins, no problem, he doesn't miss many of those. 2 or possibly 3 reds here. I missed that red near the middle. Let's see what he plays for. Yeah.
4.
He believes it's on. Oh, it was touching. Well, we have a look at that again. He's actually, the red has moved there. Watch this. It was touching and it still went in.
11.
To have a scoring chance that you've
12.
given yourself with tactical superiority.
20.
He's got this patience now, Trump. He's confident in playing good safety shots, putting his opponent under pressure, but likes the Trump or any of these top players. And there's another wonderful shot. Once you leave them with the hand on the table, in around the bulk area, so a few shots. Trump has carved a wonderful opportunity for himself here to win the second frame.
Tight defensive game to open the gates for big breaks.
He knew, look, he's willing the cue ball back in behind the brown. And just as of course didn't reach, sat back in his chair and he feared the worst.
54.
So just black and one more red.
On a tighter table, he might have played something
62.
different this week.
Yeah, and you could tell, look at the way he's played that. He had a quick glance at the scoreboard. He knew he only needed the red, and there was no heroics to try and get out on the black. Still expecting to pot this black, but
Thank you. Judd Trump. 69. And the frame.
54 the difference, 43 on. One snooker and a free ball might have turned things around, but Barry Hawkins concedes. And so, thanks mainly to a break of 69, Trump doubles his lead. We went from the pack to the ace in the pack.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt. I think he made that conscious decision a few seasons ago now. And then, of course, he had the wonderful success of, I think, 5 and 6 in a tournament season of wins. But yeah, he's a complete player. And playing at the top of his game as well. But so was this man, Barry Hawkins.
Overall, we've seen a low percentage of attempted doubles find the target. Maybe that's because this tournament is played on a Rasson table, which is not the norm for the tour. They play the Champion of Champions on Rassons and also the 2 Championship Leagues, Invitation and Ranking. The rest of the events are played on star tables. So it could be that the reaction is slightly different.
One.
Not on a ball colour, so just the roll up behind the brown.
Judd trump 1.
Oh, he's misjudged this. Has he misjudged this? No, he's okay. Good shot.
Getting the cue ball just past the blue line. Not recommended.
Yeah, well played. Good shot.
1.
Looks pretty good.
6. 7.
Well, a tremendous pot in the yellow to get the cue ball.
9.
That amount of pace around the angles, but he's been very unlucky with that kiss on the red, which is missable. Gotta stay so still on the shot here. Oh, well played. Great cue in that.
10.
Oh, once again, you'd have to say a little bit unlucky just to catch that red. Yeah, well played. Wow, very on. As you look here. Is it there?
Barry Hawkins. 15.
He was kicking against the wind for quite a while there, wasn't he? Just couldn't quite find the one inspirational shot to get right in.
Oh, right. Could slide by. I could slide by, and that's exactly what's happened. Oh, big mistake. Big mistake
Judd trump 4.
from Barry Hawkins.
1.
Such a big target here, Phil, hadn't he? This is...
Yes, and we were talking about the monstrous fluke that Trump had last night in frame 5 as he turned things around against Murphy. That little bit of luck to get him behind the brown was distance. Trump leads 6-2 as he plays a poor positional shot.
Oh, what a
25.
shot. What a shot.
Oh. And in terms of this frame, it could easily be the most consequential. He's banged in again.
33.
Another head-to-head dissection. They've played in 7 semi-finals before. Trump leads 4-3 in victories.
$49.
Well, he's not going to stop there. He wouldn't have thought.
57.
The cue ball just travels that a little bit further than he would have liked.
63.
Wonderful red. Trying to dislodge the red from the pink. May still be on into the
68.
right centre pocket. Oh, it's just so good.
69.
He's just playing with that sort of air of confidence. So successful already this season. Another tremendous shot. Cue par. He's just playing
71.
wonderful snooker at the moment.
Even for Trump, that was asking an awful lot.
Trump,
But it's the highest break of the evening so far. 71. Judd Trump halfway to what would be his 5th appearance in a final this season.
Yeah, massive frame this for Barry Hawkins. Yeah.
1.
Just played for this red, just left of the blue.
4.
Bit short of pace. Well, indeed. Very missable indeed. No, he's gone for it, and there was value in it with the black over the corner pocket. What a pot.
Even though he was beaten very early for him in the International Championship in Tianjin last week by, as Ken said, Stephen Maguire. He earned enough there in China to take his career prize money over resolvable problem. £8 million, and he continues to be
70.
on the money here. A little short of pace, mind you, on this red, but it's a resolvable problem.
24.
Play on that red now. Maybe the pink to follow. Not a great angle. Played it at a mediocre pace and it hasn't worked out.
Judd Trump, 39.
Again, taking no risk.
It's worth taking on. Worth the risk, he feels. Well, he did. Now he's changed his mind.
Hi, Hawkins.
Can't get the cue ball off down the left-hand side of the table, so it's just a roll into the pack of reds here. Doesn't want to leave a touching ball. It's okay. I'm a bit surprised there. Thought he might have taken the chance to go back towards the bulk and split the reds up. Maybe behind the yellow. 2. Very short pace. Again, hand on the table for Trump. He doesn't miss many of those. You've got to be so good with your cue ball and playing safety shots against this man. And below par tonight. A few times. It's cost him.
9.
If Hawkins does get another chance, which looks unlikely, at least one ball is really safe. I think that's going to be a mood point, though, anyway.
50.
Yeah, couldn't agree more, Phil. I think he's still feeling the effects. I mean, that first frame where he had it, he's in a very strong position.
22.
It's just got better and better as this session coming up. Sometimes it can change the dynamics of the match. Having that little break at the interval, but
27.
certainly Hawkins over very, very quickly indeed.
Thank you. Judd Trump, 27, and a frame.
The frame is certainly over, as indeed is this mini session. It's been entirely dominated by Judd Trump, who leads 4-0. 2 more required to make it into the final.
People here would like to see a comeback. He's going to have to start in this frame. Trump super confident, of course, having won 3 titles already this season. Played terrific all-round snooker this evening. So it's over to Hawkins to try and change things up here.
Yeah, it's going to be a real tough one for him. How does he do it? What can he change? He's probably going to have to attack, I think. I mean, at the moment, Judd's all-round game is superior. Safety and able to grind out frames where need be. But he's going to have to try and just be the first player of the 2 in amongst them. Probably involves going a little bit more on the attack at 4-0 down. Of course, all that's very easy to say, but in reality, if the pots aren't there, there's not much you can do about that.
Exactly. You know, you've got to get in first, and Trump's safety's been excellent all night. He knew he would have to play well against Hawkins, who, of course, has got a terrific record against him. It was 9-8, remember, to Trump.
1.
Well, that's a horrible feeling when you can see that cue ball heading into a big bunch of reds with no obvious way out of there. You always think,
Foul.
why would you have this put back if you were Judd Trump?
Judd Trump, 4.
I don't think you would, because he's likely to play the shot better and snooker at you. Second time around, it happened to, I think it was Mark Allen earlier in the week when he allowed his opponent.
Foul.
Well, there clearly wasn't a lot of room
Judd Trump, 4.
to hit that red, as we saw right down the line of it, that he missed it by a couple of millimetres, I would say. He's got all bases covered at the moment, hasn't he? I mean, his decision making is very clear. Seeing that, not just having the ball put back as if to say, well, we'll try and do better than the previous shot from Barry. That's a very clever shot. It's exactly what he tried. There wasn't much room to get through there, but he found the gap, and now Barry Hawkins has got to find a way out of this mess. Such a good shot, though. In some trouble, I think. Be able to play it. Well, he looks like he might be using a little bit of left-hand side instead. Yeah, that's all right. That's what he was hoping for. He's kind of put it all on Judd now. We know he knocks these in, but if he doesn't knock this in...
1.
The thing is, he is knocking him in. Look at that for a shot.
Which means your accuracy is even more under scrutiny. They put a red to the middle before the interval, a lot of pace on it.
Yes, he's got that groove back that he was in a couple of years ago when he was really dominating throughout the season.
You know, you can come back even better, I think. And right now it looks as if he has come back stronger than even his previous best. This looks very difficult player to beat right now. A mistake, because there aren't any mistakes. Very delicately played. On the left-hand red now.
38.
And left the long red.
45. $53.
5 of the 9 times Trump has beaten Hawkins, it's gone to a decider. But this is barring a snooker. Barry Hawkins is going to be 5-0 down.
60. 61.
Seeing someone here at the peak of his powers in every department. He's been strong, his safety's been excellent. He's been knocking in the long balls. He's been putting the breaks together as well.
It's always been difficult for a player to get all aspects of their game working at the
68.
same time. But I think Judd is doing that. You know, his long game is right up there, and his break building as well. But the safety, the problems he got Barry Hawkins in this frame were absolutely severe.
74.
I mean, he was in all kinds of trouble. So that everything's working.
82.
Well, last season he made 45 centuries, and that's plenty for one season. That's the number he's already made this season. Is he about to better that tally?
$99.
The answer is going to be yes. So Barry Hawkins needed things to change after the interval. They haven't. They've got worse, if anything. Oh, the answer's no. He's missed the green on 99.
And the frame.
But Judd Trump is now just one away from the final of the Champion of Champions. He leads Barry Hawkins here in Bolton 5-0. Get to that position. The first frame, of course, very close. Trump stole that. Since then, Barry Hawkins has only scored 32 points in the next 4 frames.
Oh, that's got him as well. And I think he saw the plant. The two reds had enough distance between them.
One.
That was a beauty.
But you've got to take it frame by frame. Just try and put something together here.
9.
Yes, it's not a lead that's very often turned over. That's just about the only one I can think of as well.
17.
Robert Hawkins pretty comfortably in the evening. I'm sure he's been looking forward to this match ever since then. See if he can finally show us what he can do. Of course, he did make that 61 in frame 1, but lost that on the black.
More than a gentle one. That was a nice shot. And just pushed one red out, but he's kind of opened up a number of others in the process.
40.
Oh, he's perfectly
41.
on it, however. So this was from just the one sighting of a red, basically, that he's had for 2 or 3 frames. And he knocked it in beautifully.
47. $53.
A little nudge on the red to the left of the pink would be handy here. Because missing that red meant he was on the other one anyway. So it was win either way. So
60.
a couple more reds. He'd be up on the
61.
blue here, so another red to follow it.
Well, if he pots this, there may be
66.
good cheer here, because, as I say, the crowd want to see a closer match. And if he pots this red, we'll be getting another frame.
67.
One row back, but he has punished quite a significant error in the end for Trump, leaving the chance at the red. He's missed the black, so it's not quite done yet, this frame.
67.
2 snookers needed, whether Trump feels it's worth carrying on.
Frame conceded, frame Barry Hawkins.
So Barry Hawkins, he's not going to be whitewashed tonight. It's still a long row back, but he's taken the first step. Judd Trump now leads 5-1. I think snooker audiences in general are very fair, and they just want to see the player trailing, you know, get into the match.
That didn't work. One of very few errors. I think he got a little bit...
One.
Now, straight away, he might be able to get into the red and the black and free the pair of those balls here. He didn't play it quite like that. It's all right, but it's not as he planned.
7.
But you do see players who look like they've got no chance of winning a match suddenly become dangerous for that very reason. It's almost like they relax and just go for it.
Lunchtime and the table's been recovered for the semi-finals again. We didn't need too much done to it,
10.
but they always do a refurb before the semi-finals of events. Table fitters. And the conditions have just been perfect, I think. Oh, I don't really need an example of that.
13.
Just seen one. That cue ball was come back like it's on elastic or something. Smallest fractions to get on that ball. I think he played it. Pretty good so far,
26.
isn't it? A frame and a half of this. And the early stages of a fight back are on.
Yeah, on the actual percentages for pot success, he's actually in front, even though he's 5-1 down. But it's not that he's been missing. He's not been getting in, really, in the early part of the match. He's in now, though, and he's starting to look good.
He just play it. Give himself a tough pink to middle. Good stuff. Unorthodox break, this. It's a break where he's never really been in total control, but it's been hard work. And it's bound to get even harder, I think.
Yes, and that's the problem. He's taken so many low-value colours that
49.
there's still plenty on here. There's only 49 in front, 75 available. Cannon into the yellow there.
Barry Hawkins, 49.
Well, he was looking at that red with a bit of concern. He has run safe, but of course wanted to continue. Just didn't come nice on the pink. Cannon the yellow and break over.
Well, you can't imagine leaving that red on. Cable just gone right in behind it. But still, he's chipping away at low-value colour, so despite this further chance, he'll still need a bit to do. Probably needs 2 more reds to be on the safe side.
4.
And suddenly it's 2 frames where Judd Trump has only potted 1 ball.
That's
Guys,
true, but the
stop
way you've
talking, please.
described it is not really an error of any.
90.
No, but I suppose he's set such high standards that Barry Hawkins knows what he's going to have to do to pot some balls and win frames. Do it very quickly. Anyway, this frame's all over.
But the match is not all over
19.
yet.
And the
Barry Hawkins has won 2 on the spin. He's getting good support here in Bolton. Judd Trump's lead is reduced to 5-2. Look at that, though.
1.
Middle of the pocket. Beautiful.
It's gone a bit too far across, so end of break very abruptly. I think you go back 2 or 3 frames, he
8.
probably would have made it more than 8 there when he was in full cry. And how much is it going to
1.
cost him, that mistake?
Nine. One. Eight.
Yeah. Got away with one a bit there because the shot before was not played to perfection for once.
Good Trump. 21.
Well, that was unexpected. That just came out of nowhere. That wasn't happening in the first half of the night.
1.
Well, I'm pleased that that
8.
pink that he missed, which held his line or went up, wasn't his last shot. But like you, I didn't expect Judd to miss the easy red that he did miss.
16.
Out of nowhere.
24.
Can't
Barry
afford
Hawkins,
to miss those
24.
after Trump himself was broken down. It's just that Trump was not looking vulnerable, but was making errors that he hadn't been making.
Well, I was thinking that the red on the right cushion was going to cause him problems. All of a sudden, the wheel's not fallen off, but it's just come a little bit loose. So the red on the right cushion now is Barry's problem. These two have got a similar issue in that they're both left-handers, but use the rest right-handed, so that would be an awkward shot down that right side. So, another attempt to win this frame and make it 5-3, and the tension, I think, will ramp up if he can do that. Already seems to be quite tense.
9.
Now he's got the shot to move it. Don't know he has. Yeah, this is awkward now. I think this is an awkward shot for Barry.
Barry Hawkins.
Yeah, it didn't look any fun, did it? So Judd Trump then has his chance to get this one. The pressure on him to get it done here. He's sort of shaking his head at that one as well. Well, it was position really to yellow.
7.
As I say, put himself under pressure.
2.
And it's not just the way the match has turned around, it's how it's happened. Judd Trump was playing world-class snooker to 5-0.
9.
Well, Judd Trump
9.
had a golden
And
chance,
Frank.
didn't he, there? But he didn't take it. And Barry Hawkins has now won 3 in a row. It's a lot closer. Trump leading only 5-3. This is the strange psychology of snooker, though. Had it been 3 each and Judd Trump's 5-3 up, he's feeling really good. But, of course, it was 5-0. It was looking over the way he was playing.
One.
Terrific long red, that. Yeah, and there's been some good pots in there, long pots. Can often be misleading if it's a ball in your pocket at long range, but they've
5.
not been like that. They've all been well struck.
Twelve.
Or in the fear of playing a
Barry
push shot,
Hawkins,
that's what
70.
also often happens. You're worried about playing a foul, a double hit. Might be his last shot, you know.
1.
Well, let's see how Trump's feeling. Unexpected errors crept in that last frame. He's not won a tournament for a year. He's won 3 this season,
9.
so he's got that inner confidence to call on, in theory.
70.
I think that's one of the big problems. The player goes so far behind 5-0. Now, in this case, Barry Hawkins starts to play a lot better, which he has done. You know, you're just one mistake away, aren't you, in all those frames and trying to come back. One mistake away from playing your last shot and being out. There's no margin for error whatsoever. And also, you're playing somebody that already won 5 in a row against you, so...
Disappointing.
Trump 30.
Just seems often in snooker, if you start to make errors, then things then go against you as well. And another day gets on a red there and continues the break.
Pretty good safety shot, that. Get the feeling that Trump should be able to get back to ball himself. Red here, still got to do it. And that same shot, exactly the same thing happened earlier on that shot. Couldn't get a wide enough angle to get round blue. Very difficult shot to play, to catch a thin red which is on the cushion. Almost hitting across the face of it to catch the thinnest of contacts. Well, there was plenty of value in it. Had it gone in, you feel that could have made quite a few from there.
1.
Well, now this looks like a pretty good chance.
8.
I'm not sure if sometimes you put the extra weight on the cue from all the equipment you put on there means that the player might overscrew or overhit a certain shot. It's almost like a different feel to the cue. Nice recovery. He made it look like a simple shot there, but having got out of position, he's straight back in again.
50.
And of course, those 2 or 3 reds that were awkward
90. 20.
plays into his hands a little bit. So we'll see him into the final on Sunday. He decided to move one there.
28.
Compromise his position slightly, and he hasn't got the red safe or out of safety. If he could just free shot in the middle, probably put him in the final.
34.
Time 1, however many visits it took. You can see he is in a snooker.
And the other red and high value colour, there's every chance of getting a snooker. But there's no way he can pot one at this stage. He's just got a glimmer of hope, Hawkins.
Well, not now. And there's the
You can see
handshake.
the
In
frame of
fact,
that.
Judd played superbly to lead 5-0. It got a little bit difficult towards the end, but the fact is he is through to his 5th final of the season, to his 5th final in the Champion of Champions. He's beaten Barry Hawkins by 6 frames to 3.